First, though, some new developments tonight as prosecutors prepare for a murder trial for that deadly stabbing at a Frisco high school track meet.
A judge has now issued a gag order saying the publicity could impact the fairness of the trial. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager in our newsroom tonight with those details. Peyton.
Hi, Heather and Steve. This gag order issued now with less than a year until the trial for Carmelo Anthony. Not uncommon for cases with this much media coverage. The gag order says the court finds extensive pre-trial publicity poses a serious risk to the fairness of this upcoming trial next year. This means attorneys with the defense or the prosecution, witnesses, law enforcement officers, courthouse staff, and spokespersons involved in this case are all now prohibited from talking about this case publicly. Both families have made prior public statements since a fatal stabbing, so this newly issued gag order also extends to family members. Carmelo Anthony is charged with first-degree murder. Police say Anthony stabbed Austin Metcalf during a dispute at a Frisco track meet in April. We spoke with an attorney not associated with this case.
Well, this just prevents the parties from discussing essentially what their plans are in court and their impression about anything that they've reviewed in the discovery in the case. And it tries to preserve the parties' right to have a fair trial and for all the evidence to come out in the trial of the case. So a lot of times we see one side or another perhaps leaking information out beforehand. And in this case, if that's done, there could be a consequence for that.
In this gag order, the judge also stated that changing the venue of the trial would be inadequate. Carmelo Anthony is set to go to trial June 1st of 2026 in Collin County. Anthony claimed self-defense to officers on scene. Also, something we are following today. Today was the deadline for Frisco ISD to hand over the personal information of high school witnesses who were inside the Frisco Stadium that April day. The district received a subpoena last week. So today, the same Collin County judge who issued the gag order also issued a blanket protective order of this personal information of high school students. Information like date of birth and addresses of these students will now be private in a secure court file. We will have more of these developments tonight at night. We'll be following it. See you then. Steve and Heather.
All right, Peyton Yeager in our newsroom. Thank you.